Hello sunshines, welcome to Bunnyfish Crafts. I am Heather, known as Bunnyfish. Happy June 1st. I am here because I have some plans for June. It feels really weird, by the way, let me just say at the beginning, it feels really weird to know that this is going to be a part of a vlog that I'm not going to post for at least a week, instead of being like, what should I post tomorrow? What should I post today? It feels weird. Not bad, just different. So let's talk about what I want to accomplish this month. June feels like a finishing month. It really, really does. I have several things that I want to finish, including 3 cross stitches, one of which I haven't started yet. So let me show you what I got. I have my little birdle. This is Spring Songbird by Nath Nalu, and I love her, and she's so cute. And I'm very close to having the first page finished, which is the biggest page. And then the second page even is pretty close to, like, I don't know, I would say that's like 50% done. So I want to finish this little birdle. She's very cute and I love her. I have a little Christmas tree that I'm working on. The tree itself is finished. I need to make a decision on whether I want to do the other ornaments. In the pattern, they're blue, but I kind of think that I might just want to make them all red. So I need to make that decision, and then I need to fill in the background with white. And that's why I need the 3rd cross stitch, because I don't have enough white from like leftovers of projects to do that cross stitch. I don't think I have white DMC in the kit from my my roommate's mom. So what I'm going to do, well, that's silly. I'm going to do a Jack Skellington so you can kind of see him. Kind of flashed you the chart. I have this kit right here. It's for Jack Skellington's face. So it's just black and white. It's the same people who did the Maleficent and the Sally that I did earlier this year. Apparently I also bought a Jack Skellington. So, excuse me. So I'm going to do Jack because I need the white for the background of the ornament and black to do back stitching on the ornament. So I'm going to start and finish this month. It shouldn't take too long. It's only 2 colors and it's not that many stitches. I think the grid is 26 by 26, which means it's for sure less than 900 stitches. Plus it's a circle, like the shape is a circle on a square grid. So probably closer to like 400 stitches. So yeah, that shouldn't take too super long. I also want to take this to work, and I'm going to finish my Musselburgh-ish hat this month. I'm very close. I want to do about 3 more inches, I think, and then do the decreases. Should be very doable. It's no longer pocket knitting for work though. It's a little bit big for that. So I need to put the stitch stopper back on this, and then I'm going to work on it on my lunch break as I am reading one of my books, because I do have book goals. I did not meet them in May, but that's okay. I also want to finish the thigh high for my oldest daughter, and let me go ahead and move up this marker because I talked about that progress already on a video. I am in the part of the thigh high where I am working on US size zeros. It's like basically a normal leg of a sock now. Like if I was making not a thigh high, I'm on the ankle-ish area. Not quite the ankle, almost down to the ankle, but like that's where I'm at. And it doesn't take me too long to make a basic sock. This isn't vanilla. Right now it's a 5x1, nope, 4x1 rib, and it'll be a 4x1 until I get to the foot, and then it will be just stockinette. So this is also not pocket knitting, it's too big, but it's not complicated, so I will be finishing this, which is exciting because I started it in 2025. I knew it was going to take me a long time. I didn't have like a deadline for myself. I just wanted to make it using some Haberlin minis that my oldest put in an order that she thought would be cool. So that's what it is. And let me put it away, stop knitting on it. I also want to finish, as part of my summer sock bucket challenge, I want to finish specifically this skein of yarn. This Pam's a Trans Ram, which is 716 knit, 716 sock. To do that, I need to finish a sock for my oldest, which has about 10 rounds until the heel. A sock for my youngest, which is through the gusset on the foot, and this is going to be my pocket knitting. And then I'm also going to make a shorty for myself and put this yarn in all of the scrappy blankets. So that's another 3 socks to finish this month. Should be doable though. My shorty is going to be vanilla, so that'll be easy. And now the yarn, the project is officially in my pockets because this dress has giant pockets, which I love. I also want to finish the wrap for my aunt. I was speculating. I am going to leave the marker in this one just in case I don't finish it this month for wrap-up video purposes. But here it is. It's getting very, very big. And I was speculating in my weekend vlog about maybe possibly trying to finish this, but I'm going to because I only have this much of the mohair left. So I'm getting, like, do you get this where you're close to the end of a project and you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna finish it. It's fine. I'm just gonna, like, I'm excited to have the project finished and off the needles and not taking up literal physical space on my whip pile, but also like the mental energy of considering, oh, I should get that done. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about that. So I'm gonna try to finish it. And then I have 2 other projects that I want to make progress on, but don't necessarily feel the need to finish. And they are both part of the summer sock basket project. Sorry, my eye got itchy, probably from the mohair. So first up, in this cute little dog bag, I'm a Powerful Man Witch, which I technically started, but I didn't really start because it's just a cast on and the first round. I don't count that. Not really. It's not really started until I actually do the cuff or whatever. It's pre-started in my brain. So I want to make progress on this. Maybe get the first sock done. I don't need to finish this coming month, but making progress on it. My little is awake and she is making her breakfast, so it might be noisy in the background. And then I really, really want to start, I don't know, my intent for this yarn was to make leg warmers for my littlest, but I don't know if this is going to make a whole leg warmer. Maybe more like a boot topper sort of deal. There's 2 balls. This isn't the whole thing. This definitely would not. But I really want to use this yarn. I think it's so pretty. It's Miss Babs Yowza Minis DK weight in the Charmed colorway. I just think it's going to be pretty, and I want to make it. It's DK weight yarn, so I think I'm going to use like a size 4 needle. I'm going to see what I have for patterns in my library. I don't know, but look how cute it is in this little marble bag. I'm pretty excited for my project lineup this month. And I don't need to finish the leg warmers either. I just kind of want to get them started. If I finish them, cool, but those 2 projects are just like, get them actually started. Because again, the sock doesn't count as started in my brain. I just want to like get those projects going. And I may grab another long-term whip project. I'll show you real quick. This is the Diamond Back Sock by Kirsten Hall. It is beautiful. It requires focus. So I'm kind of thinking that I would like to do a diamond every day or 2 to progress this along and finish it up this summer. This is the first sock, so like just finish it this summer. It doesn't have to be finished this month, but I would like to do that once school is out. So I'm not going to worry about it for the next couple weeks, but then I do want to progress this project along, but not necessarily finish it. So I'm going to actually put it in my summer sock basket, because obviously if I finish this, I then need to use up all of the yarn. I want to finish Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. I am a little more than halfway through it. I really, really like it. I just haven't been in a reading mood the past week or so. Like not more than 4 or 5 pages a night. So I want to finish that, which should be easy, especially once I'm not in school and I have a little more brain space. I also want to read System Collapse, which is the next Murderbot diary. I just like the Murderbot diaries. And this should be quick. I usually find, like, even though this isn't a novella length, it's over 200 pages, it should still be quick. I really, really like Murderbot. I also would like to start and finish The Grand Paloma Resort by Clevis Natera. It was recommended as like a super messy book to read on vacation. So since I'm about to be on summer break, I'm going to read this, hopefully start to finish this month. I do also want to finish listening to Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. It was on my May to finish list. However, I had to return it to the library and then I didn't have it for about 10 days of the month. So I'm 2/3 of the way through it. So I do want to finish listening to that this month. And then my oldest kiddo and I, she doesn't know how to annotate. So I bought 2 copies of Evan Winter, The Rage of Dragons. I read this back in 2020, I think. And I remember really liking it, but I don't really remember what it was about. And my kiddo asked me to teach her how to annotate because she doesn't know how. So we're actually going to do 3 different like annotation note-taking projects, and this one we're going to start in June, but not until after school is let out. So not even worrying about this until halfway through the month. I don't plan on finishing it. I actually need to like go through and figure out like a reading guide per day. I'm feeling like 20-ish pages a day, which may be more or less depending on like where it's got chapters, but it's also got like inside the chapters, it's got little sections. So it'll kind of depend on where chapter and section breaks fall. So I need to figure out that this week so that we can have a plan. my littlest interrupted me. I don't know what I was saying. I do need to make a plan for this week so that we know what we're going to read. I don't need to finish it this month though. I just want to get it started. And the plan is my oldest and I are going to read the section for the day and then swap the books so that she can see what I'm annotating, I can see what she's annotating, so that like she can, I'm a really good annotator. This is probably a weird thing to be good at, but I am. When I was in middle school, about half of the class read a book. I don't remember what the book is, but we had an assignment to keep a journal as we read the book, and we could read at our own pace, I think, because I read the book in a weekend approximately, and then I turned in my journal. And we couldn't write in the books, so we had to annotate in the journal. So like write the page number and write either like just a bunch of things, like quotes that we found interesting or words that we didn't know or questions that we had brought up by the text, you know, things like that. So page by page, annotate. And my teacher read through my journal. And then the next day, when everybody else was like doing their reading or whatever, she asked me to go over to one of the classroom computers and like type up my notes because she wanted to use it as a guide for other students for what annotation should look like. So I think it took me like 3 days to type up my notes because I wasn't a super fast typist. I'm still not, but yeah, I'm really good at it. So I'm going to teach my oldest kiddo how to do it. And someone asked if I could do a video about annotation, and I think I am going to. My thought, though not like an actual fully fledged plan, is I've never read the Sherlock Holmes stories, and they are available for free on Project Gutenberg as part of the public domain. So I think what I'm going to do is I printed out the first story. It's about 20 pages. I printed it out at the library, and I think that I might read it on camera silently, but like, you know, put the camera over the page and my hands because it's in like it's in the public domain. So maybe not the whole story, but maybe just like speed it up because I'm not a fast reader, and kind of just show what it looks like when I'm annotating, and then at the end of the video maybe like give a little summary of what the annotations are. I don't know, I'm still figuring out the idea, but that is coming because I am intrigued by the idea of making an annotation video. So look for that. I don't know if it's going to be June or July. We'll have to see what the energy looks like once school is out because it's coming, but it's not there yet. It's still Tuesday, and I almost forgot something, but then I remembered. It is a great privilege. I'm not going to cry. It is a great privilege to be a teacher and to be kiddos' safe space and someone who they return to. And okay, so the 8th graders who are graduating out of my school this year, I love them so much. Like, I love them so much. And one of them calls me mom, and she has since 5th grade. She's always called me mom. And I heard her knock. My classroom area has 2 doors in the room. I call one my class door and one my office door. And someone knocked on the office door right around dismissal, and the other tech person who works part-time answered the door, and I hear, "Is my mother in there?" And I was like, "Oh, my love, what do you need?" And she was like, "Do you have black and white buttons?" "Not at school. What do you need buttons for?" She wants to decorate her graduation cap with black and white buttons. Shut up. I'm not crying. You're crying. Okay. So, because I love her, and honestly, if any student asked me, and I had the supplies, I am about to go through my button jar. She says she needs 20-ish black and white buttons. I don't know what she's doing with them, what her design plan is, but I'm just going to go through and grab all of my black and white buttons out of this jar and put them into this jar and take it to school, because tomorrow they go to a nearby park. They walk from the school to a park, and it's a beautiful park. It's got gorgeous flowers and stuff. So the 8th graders are going to go take pictures, and I just feel so privileged to be like the person that they come to, because 3 of them asked me to help with their caps in various ways. And that just, I feel very verklempt. I don't know if you can tell, the jar's not quite half full, like maybe a third full. And I don't care. Is that that's a purple one that accidentally snuck in. Okay, the lighting is mids in my room. And also, I was kind of putting a bunch in at a time. But yeah, I even put my favorite star ones in there that I've had forever. I don't even use buttons. Like, I don't make things that require buttons very often. I don't really use buttons. The most that I do with buttons recently has been like eyes for monsters. But I still want those star ones. But whatever, if she wants to use them, she can use them. And it was actually really good to do this, because going through all of my crafting supplies is part of my summer plan. Not necessarily get rid of things, but like really, really look at what I have and maybe get rid of some of it. Because I would eventually like to move, and I don't want to be moving stuff that I don't really want. And yeah, why am I storing stuff that I'm not using? Just personal feels. But also I'm really excited for my not daughter at school to decorate her graduation cap. Hello, sunshines. Happy Saturday. It's the 6th of June, 2026. I am profoundly tired. But I am finished with all of the full weeks of school. We have 2.5 more days with the kids. 4 more days of work. So, and then recovery time. I'm so tired. I'm so low energy right now. A nap is probably on my horizon. However, I have some things that I want to do. First thing, I want to finish Compendium of Lost Tales today. Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales by Heather Fawcett today. I want to finish it. I have 65 pages to go. Very doable if I at all try to focus on reading today. 65 pages in a day is doable. My upper end is like 100 I can do without stretching too hard, just making sure I'm focused. Like 120 is where it gets into tricky territory. But this is only 65. I should be able to finish this today. And then I want to start this tomorrow. Martha Wells' System Collapse. I'm pretty sure this is the next book in the Murderbot Diaries. Because on June 15th, I'm starting The Rage of Dragons, and I'm only reading somewhere between 15 and 25 pages a day. I want to turn these into bookmarks because my oldest and I are doing a read along. So if you want to read along with us, you can. That's The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter, and that's our timeline. I do already have these little bookmark thingies, although I didn't do a great job. I didn't know what I wanted to do with them when I made them. So they're not the same, and they're whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I did know that I wanted flags to be able to flag things. And I wanted to have the same symbols so that we could read each other's annotations. But whatever. I want to turn that into a bookmark. I have a doorknob that I need to replace because something inside it broke, and I don't know enough about doorknobs to try to fix that, so I bought a replacement. And then onto the knitting. I only have, can I even get to it? Where are you? I only have this much left of the Keenan Yarns. Is it called Siren Song? I think so. But I am on the decreases. I've been doing the decreases for a hot minute. So I want to finish this today. This today needs to be done. And the end woven in and everything. So I think that's doable. I don't think it's doable. I know it's doable because I am at somewhere around 140 or 150 stitches. I don't exactly remember how many are between the stitch markers right now. I'm doing decreases every other round at 8 points. So it's going to go by really quickly from this point on. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, my tummy's being noisy. Yeah, so I'm finishing this today, probably while I'm reading Emily Wilde. I just got to the part where I'm ready to start the heel on this sock. So I want to do the heel turn, do the heel flap, and get it in the round so that I will have it for pocket knitting for next week. This is 716 knit, 716 sock in Pam's A Trans Ram. And then on my thigh high made with Haberlin minis, I've done this much since last you've seen it. So I guess I have stitch markers in all of them that I'm ready to move up. And I guess I'll show you where they are now. Do I have one in this one? Oh, yes. Well, that wasn't a ton of progress, but it was enough, I guess. So I don't actually have a goal for this one, just some form of progress. I'm far enough away from the heel. 16 rounds, I think, away from the heel. So I'm not trying to get to the heel, although if I get to the heel, cool. But these are not the only projects I'm going to be working on. They're just the ones that I want to make sure that I work on. I will also be working on some other long-term whips, of which I don't know which ones, but those are my plans. That's what I want to do. Hello, sunshines. It's about 2 p.m. And so far on my task list, I have accomplished finishing Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. So good. Just like not the most amazing books I've ever read, right? But just enjoyable. The academia is enjoyable. The characters are super enjoyable. So yeah, sorry, my child interruption. I really enjoyed the Compendium of Lost Tales. should there be more Emily Wilde books published in the future, I will be sure to read those at that time. I did also pick up, what's this, System Collapse, and I read the first page. So officially, it's not really started. I don't consider it started until I've read like multiple days in a row, because I've had a few false starts this year where I've picked up a book and I've read, you know, maybe 10 pages, and then I don't pick it up for a week just because life. So, but maybe unofficially it has started. I also finished the hat. So that's where I was. That's the point. So it is finished. It is wildly too hot to be wearing this hat right now, but I think it turned out really, really well. And I only have maybe a couple yards left. So I feel like I did a really good job. Ooh, I think you can really see the color on this camera version. I think I did a really good job using up this yarn, and I will put this into the jelly roll-ish blanket next time I pull it out. But now my child was interrupting me because I told her that at 2 o'clock I would take her grocery shopping, and also I am going to run to the library. I think while she's in the grocery store, I'm going to run to the library. I think that makes the most sense because she doesn't need me to go in with her. My kids have been doing their own grocery shop for a while. It's not like a family grocery shop. Like, she wants some very, very specific things. So she's going to run in. And while she does that, I'm going to run over to the library and then I'm going to pick her up. I think that's the best way to do it. And that's good because I can take back Emily Wilde as well as the 2 other books that I have ready. No, book and a movie that I have ready to be turned back in. Hey sunshines, it's Sunday evening. I'm going to wrap up the vlog here. I'm not going to put my face on the camera because I feel sweaty and gross. But let's look at what I worked on this weekend. Not everything that I worked on this weekend, just what I have here. Look at the Birdle. Look how beautiful she is. I'm officially working off of all 4 pages. But page 1, which is the biggest page, it's like all of this basically, is super, super close to done. I technically have 4 colors left to go on the page, but it's really only 2 because 2 of those colors each only have 1 stitch on the page, and then it goes down to the bottom page. So I'm super, super close on the Birdle. So hopefully next video I will have a page finish, maybe 2 page finishes, because this page is also pretty close. I'm also working on Jack, and I realized when I had, I don't know, probably 40% of the white stitched in, that I did 2 strands of floss instead of 3, because I accidentally was reading the straight stitch chart for strands instead of the cross stitch chart. So I'm not pulling it out. I think it's fine. The black is 3 strands. The white is 2 strands. I'm gonna go with it's fine. I also have mistakes in the Birdle. I messed up the chart over here somewhere, which is making all of this like a little bit off. It's fine. Nobody's going to be able to tell. Look at those pretty flowers. Could you tell if I hadn't told you? No, you couldn't have. I would really, really like to get Jack finished, like fully finished by Wednesday night, because I want to give it to somebody at work. So that means only 3 days to work on it. It's not that much to do. It's probably 2 lengths of black and 2 lengths of white, maybe 3 lengths of white. It's not that much. I think I can do it. I also, here's the sock for my youngest, so you can remember that I'm making a non-matching pair of socks using this yarn. This is the sock for my oldest, which is different. I have, though, made it through, get it. There we go. It's a little bit longer in the leg. It's going to be longer in the foot, and it's going to be much bigger in stitch count. So I have made it through the heel turn. I did a heel flap and a heel turn, and I have decided to do the gusset decreases on the bottom of the foot, just for funsies. I've done this a few times. I don't ever think for socks for me, but I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So I am kind of thinking that I want to make myself a pair of shorty socks where I do this same sort of thing, but decrease along the top of the foot using a center double decrease, and see what that does. Just for fun, not for a real reason. And I figure doing it on a pair of socks for me, on a single sock for me, will make the most sense if I'm going to try that. Because I have tried on the socks that I've knit with this sort of decrease. So actually, I think the pair of socks that I made for my work daughter out of this colorway, I did this sort of heel with the decrease on the bottom. That's funny. And then I did just a few rounds on the thigh high. Again, I didn't really have goals for this except to do some progress. So good job me. I have installed the doorknob. I did grab my fan. The only thing that I really haven't done is read the next book in the Murderbot Diaries, but I'll do that tonight at bedtime. So good job. I think I did really, really well on my to-do list for the weekend. I will check in with you all so soon. Bye for now.